So it's really subtle. It's sort of in the background a little bit, but it's just enough to add a nice lift, a nice bit of energy. Hello my friends, I'm Tate and today we'll be doing another extraction session. This is for those that might be in the middle of writing new songs and also need some inspiration as to how to level up the excitement, energy and dynamics of them. For this session, we're going to be dissecting the track Sleepless Deathbed by Invent Animate, super sick track, recently released, and for this one focusing on extracting the pre-chorus and chorus at the start of the song, and I'll play through it for you initially if you haven't heard of this track or band before. Beautiful. Alright, so that gives you a good idea of how the song kind of progresses from earlier on in the track, closer into the sort of chorus, leading into the verse in the middle of the song. So to get started, let's go through the first pre-chorus little bit, and then we'll kind of walk through that, take it in stages. So first of all, at this point, you have that vocal line that brings in this bouncy riff to introduce the pre-chorus motive in its entirety. Then you've got that little rhythmic variation at the end of the riff that's transitioning into this pre-chorus build. So I'll play that again, just so that we can get a closer eye on that. That's the little variation, and then it transitions into this pre-chorus build. And at this point, the double kick's getting faster, just bringing more energy in. Now, also at this point, you'll notice that there's more of a vocal collaboration, because it starts with the main vocal, and then there's some ambient vocals that come in as well. So we'll go through that again. So double kick comes in, and then there's that vocal collaboration. So you've got the main vocal and the background vocals that are coming in as ambient vocals in the background as well. And then the whole track stops, and you've got this little spotlight that is left for the vocals to create a bit of contrast, tension between the pre-chorus build and this chorus that's following. And then the chorus drops and releases all of that energy into a full rhythm with the band working together. And notice how the vocals create a really strong melody working seamlessly with the band at this point as well. And the way the vocal melody flows with the rhythm of the band. So we'll go back a bit. Now, one other thing to mention with the vocal melody is this line, "get out of my head," and it'll go round again, but it repeats. So the vocal melody is strengthened by that repeated end of line. My head. My head. So it's a really nice way of strengthening a vocal melody, having repeats involved, especially with choruses. It makes that much of a difference. Now, the one last thing I'll kind of point out with this chorus as well is sometimes with different choruses that you can write, you may find when you're kind of filled it out and put everything in, added everything in, you've got the vocals, the whole band, everything, it still might just feel like it drags a bit. And now that might be a tempo thing, it might just be the way you're playing it, the rhythm that you're playing. But sometimes what a lot of people do, what a lot of artists do, which works really well, pretty well all the time, so it's a good technique to use. But Invent have done this here as well. They've added in a tambourine. So you'll notice when the chorus drops, the tambourine starts, and that just helps fill out a little bit more of the rhythm in the whole chorus, just to bring the energy up that little bit more, make it a bit more exciting. Now, can you imagine what it would be without the tambourine? So I'll play it and kind of imagine it with, hear it with, and imagine it without, and see what kind of difference that makes. So it's really subtle, it's sort of in the background a little bit, but it's just enough to add a nice lift, a nice bit of energy kind of floating in the background there to bring it all to life that little bit more. And then obviously you got the transition into that next verse. So that gives you a much better idea of kind of what kind of tension and release techniques you can use in a track, and what kind of little bits of interest you can add in the songwriting, as well as, you know, in sort of pre-production phases if you're getting towards that stage as well. And all these things add up to make a really good song that keeps people coming back and makes it enjoyable and easy to listen to. So there you go. I hope you found this one super helpful, got something out of it. You know what to do if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Much love.